and how he hold on to it. The horn of altar is the power or strength of altar. And then you holding on to the horn of your altar is you keeping the agreement of your life with the altar. Now, the earth is a place of man, but man is a being governed by spirit. I said the earth is a place of man, and man is a being governed by spirit. Now, no man takes dominion without the support of a spirit, and there can't be activities of a spirit without an altar. All the people you see that do exploit, they do exploit from holding the horns of their altar. Anywhere you see casualties in life, it's because men fail to recognize the horn of their altar. There is nobody that is in existence that was not born from an altar. Every man you see that exists on earth is born from a particular altar. Now, whether you like it or not, whether you understand it or not, I want you to know that there is an altar that is in charge of your life. You might not know to hold on to the altar, but that doesn't mean that there is no altar controlling you. Now, how powerful you can be as a man is controlled by the power of the horns of your altar. If you don't know how to recognize or hold on to the horns of your altar, you can't amount to anything tangible on earth. The reason is because every spirit that helps the man from his altar. Now, the reason why unbelievers have more dominion on earth more than believers is because unbelievers understand the activities of altars more than believers. 95% of believers does not understand activities of altars. They don't know what it means to hold on to the horn of their altar. So they relate with God casually and still want vast dominion. Excuse me, it doesn't matter how spiritual you claim to be, there can't be vast dominion for you without an intimacy with the spirit of your altar. How far a spirit will take you will be determined by your intimacy with the spirit. There must be constant contact. If you check very well, you will see that some unbelievers, most of the unbelievers you know that have much earth dominion, they all have altars in their houses. Now, it doesn't end there. Even though they have altars in their houses, they have chambers of constant meeting where they meet with the spirit of their altar. Now, it doesn't end in them meeting with the spirit constantly. They keep taking sacrifice to the spirit because they know that the spirit they didn't feed can't stand for them. Let me bless somebody that have ears. A spirit you didn't give me can't stand for you. Another person can't feed a spirit for you. What I mean is, the meat a spirit received from another person, he can't use the meat to fight for you. So what the spirit takes from men, we control how far the spirit will take them. Now look at something. Rabada Sambranus Vedikalabashida. I told us earlier that the earth is a place of battle, and I told us that all the people that died were killed from altar. All the people that are kept down from altar. If you're listening to me here and your life is full of ups and downs, that is, your life is full of challenges, there is no testimony. Every time it's trouble. What it means is that there is an altar speaking against you. Somebody is on an altar constantly making enchantments against you. Now, if you too don't go to an altar, there's no way that thing that is being done against you can be averted, because you don't without an altar. Am I blessing somebody? Ezekiel chapter 11, 1 to 5. It will bless you. Let me show you something that will touch you so much. Ezekiel chapter 11, 1 to 5. Let's look up as we read. He said, moreover, the Spirit lifted me up and brought me unto the east gate of the Lord's house, which looketh eastward. And behold, at the door of the gate 25 men, among whom I saw Jezaniah, the son of Azor, and Penatiah, the son of Beniah, priests of the people. 2 now. Then said, man, these are the men that devise mischief. These are the men that devise mischief and give wicked counsel in this city. Can you go to 3? Which say, it is not near, let us build houses. This city is the cordon, and we be the flesh. 4 now. Therefore, Bible said, prophesy against them. Look at what I want us to be here. Bible says, in the gate of the city, there are men that devise mischief. It's just like you are in the land of Asaba. There are men standing at the gate of Asaba. And all the men that stand at the gate of Asaba, they are standing on those gates from altar. And then you enter the land of Asaba and believed that you can make out something in the land of Asaba without an altar. Something is telling us that a strong man that is living from an altar will bow to a fickle being. One of the ways to know those that are fickle is living a life without an altar. Well, that's why it needs to be fickle now. Look up, let me bless you. If you are with an altar and then you have a constant relationship with the spirit of the altar, the spirit will guide your step every day. The spirit will lead you. It is with a constant relationship with a spirit that men get idea to make wealth. It is within that men get idea to be immortal. It is within that men get idea to be big, to be famous. Now, nobody becomes anything tangible without the whispering of a spirit. And spirit doesn't whisper to men that are not close to them. So he said, there are people at the gate. Look up, let me bless you. One of the problems that so many of us have is that we don't know that the problems that we have are first of all spiritual. No, we don't know. Somebody said, I will show you today. Somebody said, this person is doing. You know what he's doing? You know, excuse me, he does not know anything. There's nobody that malfunction with ordinary eyes. Anybody you see that malfunction from the veiling of the negative altar. That is a veil that represents the negative altar is on the person. So he is no longer himself. Let me tell you the danger of malfunctioning. Anytime that Satan wants to destroy me, he makes them to malfunction. Because one of the ways Satan kill men is to make them malfunction. From malfunctioning, they live a life that is not their own, and they keep something they would not like to live. That is the work of the men at the gate. So if you are not for their altar, they make sure not to work for you in the city. Somebody not getting Pastor David. It's just like you enter this Asaba. Before you enter Asaba, there are men that own Asaba. If you didn't enter Asaba through them, you will need a higher altar than theirs to be able to take dominion here. If you stay ordinarily, they will always control you in the land of Asaba. Can you take me to Ezekiel chapter 1, 18 to 21? It will bless somebody. There are things when you say them, people find it difficult to understand. I said, where we are is not a place that where to be painted. That is, this is what is needed. And then somebody is finding it difficult to understand it. That the earth is a place where blood rules. And then you call yourself a believer, you find it difficult to shed blood. And you're saying you want to take dominion on earth. Bible says that the Son of God lost his life. He lost his life just to become a Messiah. Bible says God lost his son just to recover the earth. And then this is you. You are saying you want a kind of dominion, and you are finding it difficult to shed blood. There are some of us, since we became believers, Christians, we have not even killed fowl for God. We have not even killed fowl for God. But we always want to counter a man that kills a cow for Satan every week. You see that thing that when they count billionaires of the earth, and there's no one believer, they do stop. You do stop until the believer understand what we are saying. In case you don't know, I am Pastor Dave. I am about to represent something. My glory is not in this. My glory is in my person. You didn't get what I said? In case you don't know, let me tell you this. How you see me is more important to me than everything I want to get. Should I say it again? How you see me is more important to me than, yes. That is why if you try relating with my person the way you ought not to, I will forsake you and everything you have. Because you see, there is nothing you have that is more than my person. And if you just don't know, the seed in me is greater than whatsoever that I want to get. So my person can't be believed to because of things I want to get. It's not possible. So when I live my life, I'm conscious of it. Ezekiel, it will help you. Just open your eyes to see that. The earth is already in the way. Get used to it. Get used to the way the earth is. And stop telling stories. Let's read. He said, as for their rings, is it what I said? Which scripture did I quote now? Ezekiel 1:18. Okay, go to 19, let me see. No, it's not, this is not what I want now. Check for it where he spoke about the horns and the capitals coming to scatter the horns. Ezekiel 1:18 or 2:18, let's search and see. Or first of all, check 21. I think it should be 21 of this. Check 2021 of this Ezekiel 1. No, this is not it. Have you seen it? Where he said that the horns and the capital, these are the horns that have lifted up their heads against the people in the land. When you look for it, project Deuteronomy 2:34 for me. When you look for that, Ezekiel, I will need this scripture. Project Deuteronomy 2:34. Oh, sorry. It's not Ezekiel, it's Zechariah. Zechariah 1:18. Yes, Zechariah 1:18. Thank you. Thank you. Holy Ghost, I give you praise. Thank you for reminding me. This is it. Let's read. He says, then lifted I up my eyes and saw, and behold, 4 horns. 2. And I said unto the angel that talked with me, what be these? And he answered me, these are the horns which have scattered Judah. Somebody please look up wherever you are. He said, these are horns which have scattered. There is no scattering without a horn. There is no death without a horn. There is no poverty without a horn. There is no conflict without a horn. All the evil you see that happen on earth happen from a particular horn that represents an altar. It was a man that was asking an angel. He said, what is this that I'm seeing? He said, these are the horns that represent all the downfalls in this city. You're listening to me. Things are happening in your life, in your family, in your business, in your work. You cannot make effort to find out why those things are happening. You're just being carnal about them. How can you approach life? How can you approach issues of life from carnality? That is, you just see with the eyes of human and believe that it is normal. So such is life. And then you keep quiet about it. Can I bless a child of God? It is not possible to win a sacrificial bloody man in battle. I was saying to somebody, I said, anytime you hear that spirit of death is hovering around, whether around the family, around the people, what the spirit want to do is to suck blood. That's what the spirit want to do, to suck blood. If you take blood, if you take blood and give to the realm of the spirit, it will stop that death. In case you don't know, spirit of death does not go after men without blood sacrifice. If you see that spirit of death is hovering over a life, over a family, what it means that somebody offered blood sacrifice somewhere that triggered that spirit into manifestation. Now if you want to counter it, you also have to counter it with blood sacrifice. This thing I'm sharing, there are things that are being taught in sanctuaries, you know. It's not a message of church people that do, you know, fan and man amongst people that goes to church to do. It's not that. And as I'm sharing what I'm sharing, I don't care what you think. If your mind is not mature for you, stay where you are. But if you're meant for the next move, take it and on. I will not be here on this earth speaking in tongues, fasting, doing no manner of prayers. Where has it taken us? God willing, today I will show you in the Bible where the king slaughtered the son and the earth started fighting children of God. And you are still joking. An unbeliever, somebody that does not represent God, killed the son, and then the earth started fighting against the children of God. It's just like the way things are fighting you now that call yourself a child of God. Because somebody that is not of God slaughtered blood for the earth, and then the earth started fighting you. Instead of you to look for blood and also spray, then you started speaking in tongues. Are we saying that speaking in tongues is not good? No. Speaking in tongues is good, but it has its own power. And sacrifice has its own power. Just know that there are powers that represent negative horns around. Just like you're listening to me now, they are around wanting you to fail, wanting you not to succeed. You have to get up, because if you don't, God won't do for you what you ought to do for yourself. Every angel that fight on earth stand on a sacrifice to fight. If you didn't create platform that an angel will start to fight for you. In the days of battle, there will be nothing to fight for you. But just know that the earth is a place of battle. Before I read further, listen, let me say this to you. I have seen people that came to God and they found it difficult to live a sacrificial life. And then they believed that God is not blessing them. They decided to go to this other side of the world. And then they got there, they became sacrificed there. The reason why the church is a place where people will always be ordinary is because mercy has covered so many things. If you go to Satan, there are things Satan make a must. That means he made them a must. He mandated them. That is why if you enter the chamber of a spirit that represents Satan, you don't enter there without dropping something before they will start talking to you. If you're listening to me, you have gone to native doctor. In case you have not, me, I've gone. I'm speaking from experience. I've gone to native doctor. You don't enter native doctor shrine and they will start attending to you without you dropping something. But that one you will drop that first time is for them to check for you. When they are done checking, they will not tell you the sacrifice that you have to go and fast somewhere at the junction. That's how it is. And then you go to church with empty hand. If the pastor is talking about you, say these pastors, the people want money, but want money. The way you are, be suffering. In case you don't know, those things Satan practice, he copied them from God. Because he knows that the earth is wronged by it. And then when you're trying to tell people of God here on earth that this is the way it is, they see you as a pastor that need money. Now wow, as you're looking at me, does it look like I need money from someone? In case you don't know, I eat once in a day. I eat once in a day. And this suit you see that I'm wearing, I can wear it for 5 years. So what will be my problem? It's not what people like us came for. The reason why I'm trying to talk to you is that you should put your head down so that God will give you money. For you to bring for God's work to prosper. Because this is the principle. But the people like us, Isarana, Baradush, Vesikena, Tarabashada, Rakupes Kedaya. It won't stop. I will come here tomorrow morning for you. That's what I'm born for. I said this to you. If you fail to understand what the Spirit is saying, He will bring those that will understand it. Because His work will move forward. How can a believer be in church for 5 years, 10 years, no testimony? Every time you are the same, obese, a boy all the time. Do you know that with sacrifice, you can bring closer the hand of God to yourself? You can bring closer the hand of God. I'm just praying, I don't know, because as I'm talking to you, many scriptures are coming. I don't know how God helped me to go to them. Okay, maybe project for me 1 Kings chapter 3. 1 Kings chapter 3, before I go to Deuteronomy, let me fast, time is already running. Let's read from verse 3. And Solomon loved the Lord, walking in the statutes of David his father. Only he sacrificed and burnt incense in high places. You know, look up, let me bless you with something. Do you know what it means to love the Lord? To love the Lord is not to say it with mouth. To love the Lord is to be sacrificial to the Lord. He said that Solomon loved the Lord, walking in the statutes of David his father. Only he sacrificed and burnt incense in high places. Go to 4. And the king went to Gibeon to sacrifice there, for that was the great high place. 1,000 burnt offerings did Solomon offer upon that altar. Go to 5. He But the Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream by night, and God said, ask what I shall give thee. Go to 6. And Solomon said, thou showed unto thy servant David my father great mercy, according as he walked before thee in truth and in righteousness and in uprightness of heart with thee, and thou hast cared for him in his great kindness, that thou hast given him a son to sit on his throne, as it is this day. Look at something, please. Bible says Solomon offered a burnt offering on an altar, and then God came to him. He didn't say Solomon went to God. God went to Solomon. Somebody can make God to come to him. I have seen it down with that number. One day somebody called me and said, sir, we are coming for Thanksgiving. Will you prefer that we put money in envelope or that we buy something? I said, do the one the Spirit is leading you to do. Do the one the Spirit is. Because you see, the heart of a man is deceitful. If he is to buy something, he will buy something big because he believes that when he's bringing it, people will see it. If you tell him to put something in envelope, if he's supposed to buy something of 100,000, if you want to bring envelope, he will look for 20,000 full of 200. He will look for 30,000 full of 100 naira. Change it, put it inside the envelope so it will be thick. When people see him, that's they say, wow, Pastor, you do for. It's just like media Thanksgiving now. Somebody said, oh, God is so kind. Pastor Dave, okay. I said, when we're counting the money, I said, Pastor Dave, God will help you. I can't tell you what you will use to thank your God. I can't also tell you what you should sacrifice to your God. It is your God that should talk to you. And don't forget that God sees in the open and in the secret. The worst thing that can happen to a man is when a man to look at himself and start deceiving himself. And if you look at yourself and start lying to yourself. He said, Solomon offered burnt offering, and God looked for Solomon. There are so many of you that look for God, you don't see him. And there are other people God is looking for. What separates those that look for God and they don't see God, and those that God look for is sacrifice. It starts from you giving your life. I used to tell us here, if you are giving your life to God, you won't struggle to give him the things that life has. The reason why so many of us find it difficult to be sacrificial to God is because our life is still with us. We have not given it. That's how we struggle. And my pain in it is, somebody will say, Pastor, pray. Pray, tell God to do it. I said, if God will do it, is there no platform you should stand on? Why did you choose to be ordinary? Why? Why did you choose to be ordinary? To live a non-sacrificial life is choosing to be ordinary. 2 Kings chapter 3 from verse 27. Go to 26 now. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Verse 26. Then spake the woman whose the living child was unto the king for, is it 2 Kings? Okay, sorry, go to 27. This is a long story because of my time. Go to 27. Yes. Then he took his eldest son that should have reigned in his stead and offered him for a burnt offering upon the wall. And there was great indignation against Israel, and they departed from him and returned to their own land. Now, there's a reason why I brought this scripture. Look up. May God give you understanding. The reason why I brought this scripture is because sometimes some of you go to pastors, go to prophets, go to prayer houses and say pray. Don't forget that when you go to a pastor, or go to a prayer house. What you did is that you went to people of God. And the people of God you went to, if they will fight for you, stand for you, they will need something from you that will give them platform to stand for you. These people here called people of Israel, Bible called them covenant people of God. Bible says they were in a battle with a king that is an unbeliever. And 700 soldiers have died for this battle. Still, the battle was still taking blood. Until he took his only son that should reign in his stead. Bible said, because that was a huge sacrifice in the realm of the spirit. Bible said, when the blood of the boy touched the earth, there was an indignation against God's people. Anytime you have fierce battle and they tell you to give sacrifice and you're finding it difficult, what I'm trying to do is to endanger the life of the priest fighting the battle. You didn't know what I said? You're trying to endanger, because you see, when both altars meet in the realm, both altars will stay on what they took from those fighting the battle to do battle. This thing has happened down with that number. It has happened down with that number. That priest taking Jewish, they are not meant to take, because people of God find it difficult to understand principles of life. When you say it to them, they find it difficult, because look at this scripture now, look at it here. These are not believers fighting people of God. It's just like the way your enemy is fighting you. That one that is fighting you is your enemy. And Bible said, when blood touched the earth from an unbeliever, the earth that God created started fighting against people of God. The reason why so many of us, anywhere we put our foot, there will be problem. Anywhere we go to, problem. Nothing is working. It's because the earth is fighting us. And the earth is fighting us because somebody that hates us gave blood to the earth. Not only that he gave blood, he keep giving blood. I told us how I met a young man that told me that every month that he takes cow to the water. Every month he takes a cow. Not only cow, that sometimes when he's going with cow, he goes with ram. Like he attaches ram to it, sometimes fowl, water every day, and then he gives that ram. Somebody like you can meet him, you can look at that greatness out there, you say, you don't know what is happening. Why is your God looking at you this way? Can you live the life he's living? Can you be sacrificial like him? One of the ways you hold on to the horns of your altar is to be sacrificial. And one of the ways you make your sacrifice strong is to keep giving blood to the spirit of your altar. The spirit that this altar represents is a lion bird spirit, is it not? Spirit of, that is lion of the tribe of Judah. Now, a lion does not eat anything that is not flesh and blood. And anytime lion need to eat, it must be fresh. Lion does not eat dead thing or anything kept in the fridge. What it means is that those that must survive with lion must keep bleeding continuously. If lion must keep eating from you to be fighting for you, then you have to keep bleeding. You have to keep giving blood. If not, if the lion is not properly fed, the lion will be weak. And once the lion is weak, anything can fight it and defeat it. Okay, let me put it this way for you. Anytime lions are hungry, they couch, they don't move. Have you noticed this? Lions don't move when they are hungry, they couch. The reason why you are praying, nothing is working is because your lion is couching, because they are not eating anything from you. Every time you sleep, they flog you. That's where they flog you up and down. They press your neck. They are chasing you everywhere. You're running at that scatter. You run, you got up and they started breathing like Christmas goat that is about to be slaughtered. Now the reason is because I don't know how God will help me to understand it, but I'm just praying in my heart and God's praying. Deuteronomy 2:24. Deuteronomy 2:24. Because of time, I don't want to dismiss this service because of our evening service. 2:24 Deuteronomy. Anywhere there is power, Pastor Sam, there is altar there. There is no power without altar. I don't know how you understand it. If you want to be powerful, you want to be great, go close to an altar that is powerful. Don't only go close. When you go close, find out that agreement that should keep you strong with the altar and keep it. You won't beg for the spirit to look for you. You won't beg the spirit to follow you, because spirit follow things that have their emblems. If you allow yourself to be marked by the spirit to sacrifice, the spirit will follow you everywhere. How do you fight? How do you fight without it? If this earth is this way, okay, rising up, take your journey and pass over the river Arnon. Behold, I have given into thy hand Sihon the Amorite, king of Heshbon, and his land. Begin to possess it and contend with him in battle. 25 and 5. Did you get something? 24. I have given to you, he said, content, because something is on it. I've given to you but content. I've given but content. I've given to you but you have to content. How do you content without sacrifice? Don't forget that this beast you see, the Amorite here, king of Heshbon, these people are sacrificial people. They are altar men. They are men that hold on to horns of their altar very well. And then how do you contend with them when you are not holding on an altar? How? How do you contend with them and conquer them when you are not holding on your own? If you study Leviticus, you will see that all the men that stood out in Israel, they were all men that understood taking blood to altars, and God didn't joke with them. Bible will say he appeared to Abraham, and then when he departed, Abraham raised an altar. Bible will say he appeared to Gideon, and then when he departed, Gideon raised an altar. He appeared to this other person, he departed, he raised an altar. He appeared to you, you started speaking in tongues. Speaking in tongues is a tool that should stand on a platform to function. Before you speak in tongues, you create a platform that should carry speaking in tongues. The platform that carries speaking in tongues is established by sacrifice. Speaking in tongues is the language of an altar. So how do you speak in tongues without an altar? He said, rise thee up, take your journey, and pass over the river Arnon. Behold, I have given into thy hand Sihon the Amorite, king of Heshbon, and his land. Begin to possess it and contend with him in battle. What it means is that this thing that he said he has given to you is with somebody. Judges chapter 6. Judges chapter 6. Let me try and round up. 11 and 12. Judges in chapter 6, 11, 12. There's something I want to show you tonight to touch you very well. Why are you struggling? Pastor Sam. Somebody give Pastor Sam mic, please.
And there came an angel of the Lord and sat under the oak.
Let him bring my Pastor Sam so that people can hear well. Okay, Judges chapter 6 already here. 11 and 12. Thank you, Pastor Sam. I really appreciate it. And there came an angel of the Lord and sat under an oak which was in Ophrah, that pertained unto Joash the Abiezrite, and his son Gideon threshed wheat by the winepress. Look at something, please. And the son Gideon threshed wheat by the winepress to hide it from the Midianites. Go to 12 now. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him and said unto him, the Lord is with thee, thou mighty man of valor. Mighty man of valor was hiding threshing wheat. Somebody, are you getting my study? Mighty man of valor was. There are so many of us now, we are hiding because we have not offered the sacrifice that should manifest us. We have not offered the sacrifice that should bring us to the surface where people can see us. But there is actually mightiness in us. There is something great, big that God deposited. Somebody great can be threshing wheat because he's not holding on to the horns of his altar. Somebody that is destined great, is big, can be threshing wheat. There are so many of us that our destinies are so great, very, very bright, but we are suffering in pain. The reason is because we are not holding on to the horns of the altar that should manifest the destiny. You don't hold on to the horns of the altar without being sacrificial. Like I told you, every man you see that does exploit on earth is a sacrificial man. Whether it is in the Christendom or in the world there, all of them. It's not possible for a man to rise and be famous without sacrifice. There must be a platform created by sacrifice that he is standing on to reign. Look up, let me bless you with this. If you're sitting here and you're listening to me, you knew me from an altar. It was the spirit of my altar that came to you that made you to come to this place. If I didn't have an altar, it's not possible for you to look for me. People can't look for you without altar. Because it is the spirit of your altar that will go to people to tell them how important you are, to talk to them about what you carry, to talk to them about what your being can achieve or accomplish. But you see, there can't be altar without sacrifice. He said, and the angel of the Lord appeared unto him and said unto him, the Lord is with thee, thou mighty man of valor. This man that was mighty, a mighty man of valor, Bible said he started threshing wheat. Look at what Gideon said in the day. And Gideon said unto him, oh my Lord, if the Lord be with us, true, just like some of you used to say, if the Lord be with us, why are these things happening? They're happening because you are stingy. They're happening because you refuse to hold on to the horns of the altar that should make them happen. They're happening because you choose not to be sacrificial. Everything that enter your hand, you want to eat it alone. Can I bless you if you're listening to me? If you're a child of God here, let me bless you with this. May God give you understanding to understand it. Every money that enter your hand, you're not meant to eat it alone. Should I say it again? I said any money that enter your hand, you're not meant to eat it alone. You're meant to share whatever money that enter your hand. You can keep some for yourself, take some to the altar of your life, and then invest some. That is what it means to be wise. Because when you do investment, what you invest need to be protected. It is the one you share with the altar of your life that protect both you and your investment. A lot of stupid beings have done all manner of investment without holding on to the horns of the altar. They did the investment crashed. Some of them were taken from them because they didn't know that what is kept needs to be preserved. You don't keep things when you have not made arrangement for preservation. So the things you give to your altar is not preserve what you invest. Somebody am I blessing you? Let me say something to you. Don't keep things more than what you give to your altar. Because you see, if what you keep is bigger than what you are giving to your altar will not have enough energy to protect that thing. Because it is the measure of what an altar of strength the altar will manifest for you. This thing I'm saying now, a lot of people be struggling with it. Doesn't really matter. Truth is being said. Don't forget, while I preach, I'm not preaching to you alone. People are following me online. And I don't owe anybody apology. I'm telling you something that I know is real. If you don't get it now, you'll get it later. Soon, a time will come that every man that is not sacrificial will be a servant of a sacrificial man. In fact, it's already happening now. It's already happening now. Non-sacrificial lives will always serve sacrificial lives. It's not possible for it not to happen. If you're listening to me, you are not sacrificial. It is impossible for you not to serve sacrificial people. And Gideon said unto him, "Oh my Lord, if you not be with us, why then is all this befalling us? And where be all his miracles which our fathers told us of, saying, did not the Lord bring us out from Egypt? But now the Lord hath forsaken us and delivered us into the hands of the Midianites." Complain. This what happened to people that are not sacrificial. When you meet sacrificial people, they don't complain. When challenges are before them, they go for sacrifice. They use sacrifice to settle it. Now let's see what happened when Gideon finished complaining. Because anytime people complain, God will start at looking at them. When Gideon finished complaining, God told him, he said, "Oh, that if you want me to do anything, go and raise an altar." When he was complaining, God was looking at him. When he finished complaining, God said, "If it is true you want me to do something, raise an altar. Offer sacrifice. I can't do something without it." There are challenges that when you take to altar, they demand vow from you. There are some that demand seed. There are some that demand sacrifice. There are some that demand prayer. There are some that demand fasting. It is a blessing for a man to be sensitive, to know what the challenge that is before him is demanding from him. Just like you're listening to me, and something is bothering your life that you're not fine with. It is a blessing of your life to know what to give up for that thing to end. When you see, the enemy will always fail men. Excuse me. There are things prayer doesn't answer. I don't know how to tell you this. There are things you don't use only prayer to take care of. Prayer, alright, is fine, powerful. But there are things it doesn't respond to. And something that needs blood from you, you don't use prayer to take care of it. Because if the blood that is against to start speaking and there's no blood to speak for you, then they will be lost. Judges 11, go to that, 6, go to 25-26. This is the chapter. Let me show you something that I have. 25-26. And it came to pass the same night that the Lord said unto him, "Take thy father's young bullock, even the second bullock of 7 years old, and throw down the altar of Baal that thy father had, and cut down the grove that is by it." So many of you gave your life to Christ and they started speaking in tongues. You didn't know that before you came, your father represented an altar, and that father of yours reached an agreement with the altar concerning you. And then the guardian angel of that altar started following you. All of a sudden, you gave your life to Christ and started speaking in tongues, and you said, "All things are passed away." You didn't think of belonging to an altar that should help you conquer a negative altar that is fighting something negative about you, fighting something positive about you. And then you said, "But the Bible says that God said to Gideon," he said, "You will have to raise an altar, but before that there is an altar you have to throw down." Because the reason why you are threshing wheat, even though you are a mighty man of valor, is because there is an altar speaking against you. Some of you here that listen to me, the reason why you struggle to relate with God the way God wants is because the altar of your father's house is keeping his leg on your head. When you're meant to think right, you're taking astray. When you're meant to keep your head straight, you're bending your head. because the altar wants you to be kept down. When you are meant to give up something, the altar is telling you to hold it strong. Let me say this to somebody, please. I feel like shouting on the microphone to say it. God does not need anything from any man. Don't forget that there is a difference between need and want. God does not need. You know what I mean by he does not need. God is not in lack. I was listening to Bishop Oyedepo one day. He said, it's a terrible thing for a man to believe that he's helping God. You can't help God. Man is far too small to help God. 24 verse 1 Psalms, Bible says the earth is of the Lord and his fullness. How do you help him? He owns you and everything you have. He owns you and everything on the earth. How do you help him? If he's telling you to release something, it's because he wants to help you. Somebody, are you listening to Pastor Dave? It is because he wants to do what? Help you. Don't you believe it? There are men and women that go around saying they are helping their pastors. They are helping their prophets. Excuse me, how can something low help something higher? Please ask the question. How can something low help something higher? I'm asking a question now. Is it possible? It's just like you're still in the truth. You say you're helping me. It's not possible. It's not possible. It's not possible because you see, Bible says the less will always be blessed by the better. It's not possible for the less to be the one that is blessing the better. So if God is saying, this is what I want from you, you should know that God is already the better one. You that is less should listen. Don't think it's because he needs it from you. Let me say this to you as I round up. God can use stone to raise things for himself. If he's talking to you about something and you're struggling with it, he can use stone. That is, he will always find his way. He can't be stranded. So when you hear God talking to you about something, don't fight yourself. Because whatever you are thinking, contrary to what God has said, you're still fighting yourself. Because whether it is understood by you or not, God will always find a way around that thing. Because he cannot be stranded. And it came to pass at the same night that the Lord said unto him, take thy father's young bullock, even the second bullock of 7 years old, and throw down the altar of Baal and father heart, and cut down the grove that is by it, 26 now, and build an altar unto the Lord thy God upon the top of this rock in the other place, and take the second bullock and offer a burnt sacrifice with the wood of the grove which thou shalt cut down. He said, after you have thrown down that altar, raise another one. Raise another one. Raise another one, because for me to be part of this home, I will need another one. The reason why some of us here, and some of our brothers that are unbelievers, they are dominating us is because those are our brothers, our sisters that are unbelievers, they give to Satan more than what we give to God. Look at this. One major thing that made me strong over my family is because I knew that none of them, all of them that are idol worshippers, whatever they give to their God cannot be more than what I will give to my God. So you know what I'm saying now. I'm sorry to say this, but I have to say it. This is my cousin brother. That some of you here know him. Some of you here know him. He was with me in Oakwood. That time when I was in Oakwood. All of a sudden he changed. Became an enemy of God. He will post online, start saying so many things about Christians, say so many things about Christianity, trying to debunk Christianity. My spirit was grieved. I knew something will happen to him. In my soul, I will say, this young man, can't you help yourself? When I'm already here, a bit like me. A bit like me is already here, talking about God this way, something must go wrong. Because he believed that he was getting small change. I didn't even know. It was in January. He called me and said, please brother, that he need he need money from me. Then he need me to borrow him money. How much is it?